Pura mai no rā tātou katoa. Kono hei kōrero tatahi me miki atu ki tō tātou āpōtoro nāna nei I hanga I te arawhata ki tō tātou runganawa. Kia waka tau mai anō tōna rangi Māori roto I a tātou I tēnei pō. Rere tēnā pei te rangatira. Uri tū ki a koutou, mena kei kone wetai o koutou e te haukāna, e te tangata whenua, me mehi atu ki a koutou. Pakaru mai ki a mātua anō rā. Te honga ora I haere tāwhiti mai I ngā rohe katoa roto pōneke hei tautoko I te kaupapa o te pōnei tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou. Kia ora tātou me wā tātou tini aitua. Tātou horuturangi tia ngā rāko pāhori ake nei. Taino ki tēnei wā tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou. Huri atu huri no. Kia ora tātou katoa. My name is Harawira and my job is really just to get a bit of the background out there about where mana came from. And where on earth we ended up in a place like this, with a guy like this, and a woman like this. And he was 12-year-old when he lost his virginity to a Nigerian. He's 12 months older. Standing as a candidate for the Internet Party. Mana grew out of a decision to stand and fight against what nationalists do. Fierce determination amongst some very strong-willed people to stand up and say no more. That this country is being driven to poverty, that too many of our people are being driven into homelessness, too many of our young people are driven into unemployment. A lot of them just get on a plane and go to Aussie. We're losing screeds of our talent to overseas simply because this government is committed to maximising the wealth for their alien friends. It's not a society that I want, it's not a society that Mana wants. So that's where Mana came from. As we moved closer towards this election, I started thinking about how could we lift our game, how could we raise our voice, how could we engage with wider audiences, how could we get our message out to a greater public. Now, I didn't know how to do it. I was struggling with the idea. Watching, of course, while all sorts of other people were trying all kinds of deals. Then I was sitting down talking to some young fellows at my kura home. And one of them, a 17-year-old, says to me, Matua, do you know this Kim.com boy? I said, well, no, not really. I've met him at a couple of these anti-spy rallies, but I don't really know why. He gets all shy and he's a bit embarrassed. He says, Matua, would you mind if I left Mana and joined the Internet Party? Well, that was a bit of a kick in the ass. I was quite angry with him. Actually, I had to get up and walk away because I wanted to slap his ears. I'm not a teacher, so I walked away. I had a really good think about it. And then I came back to it. I sat down and talked to him some more. And what I realised was that our kids, Māori kids I'm talking about, I imagine all kids, but certainly Māori kids, they're ready to fly. They're ready to chase that internet dream. And yet politics was stuck in the quagmire over here. Much of a muchness, sameness after sameness. Nobody being prepared to step outside the box and do something different. So as I'm thinking about how we're going to change our game, how we're going to lift our game, how we're going to engage with another audience, with a bigger audience, that young fella basically challenged me to do something about it. So I thought to myself, I've been getting these calls from this guy who lives up in Coastville, big mansion up the road on the North Shore. Might be time to take that call. Took the call, we sat down, we had a bit of a call. I'm going to tell you, he talks like nobody else I've ever met before. Not just because he's German either, but because he talks about things that I know young people talk about. He talks in a way that even I can understand what he's talking about when he's talking about the internet. Like when he says, the internet into this country is like, you have the capacity for a 10-lane highway, but you've only got the one cable. So what you've got is one lane. Your government's getting you going up and down in that one lane. And because they control the way in which it's operated, they can make you pay for 7. And when I talk to the kids about it, they get it instantly. And so I knew that this was somewhere we had to go to. It was a challenge. It's also going to be a big risk. I say that because when I let the Mana membership know that I'm having a chat to Kim.com, mate, the response was almost universal, 99.5%. What the do you think you're doing? But as they heard more, as they learned more, they realised that there's something happening here. And then, of course, it got to the point of, if we're going to go there, who are we going to be going with? Because he can't do it. He's not in a position to actually be a member of the political party or anything like that. It needed a party, the Internet Party, and that party needed a leader. And for me and for Mana, whoever the leader was going to be, then the Internet Party was going to be hugely important to us and our ability to lift our game, to put that message out there. So when it became possible that that leader just might be Harawira, I'm thinking to myself, if we could pull this off, this could go down as the biggest strategic move in politics in 2040. And I don't mind admitting that the closer and closer we got to this possibility, the more and more I was convinced that we either got Lila or else there wouldn't be a deal. So of course, Lila, being the kind of person she is, said no, 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 said no to everybody, until everybody all got around, bailed her up over the breakfast table, and basically threatened to throw her out the window unless she said yes. I suspect there's probably a better reason why she said it, but that gave us a lift, so that when we signed the deal between Mana and the Internet Party for the creation of Internet Mana, I knew what the rest of the country didn't know, that the deal was going to be done because I'd have a comrade standing alongside me that I could be proud of, that I would be proud to stand on any front line with, and would be proud to sit back and let her do all of the driving. I'm not just talking about Annie Sykes and Georgina Bayo either. Where we are now, everybody, is we're in a position to take politics to a whole different world. We are in a position to completely change the way in which people view politics. I won't mention the party, but a big party that's in opposition at the moment launched their living wage policy the other week. It had 20 people turn up. This is a party that's only just gotten started. We're packing the houses all around the country, not because necessarily we have got all of the right things to say, but because we know that people want to change. People don't just want to change in politics, people want to change the government. That's our game, that's our future, that's our policy, that's where we're going, and the guy that's going to help us to get us there is our next speaker. Ho mai te paki paki, everybody, Mr. Kim.com.